Friday Night Flies, last show of the night. Scotty, take it away.
Hey guys, welcome back to Friday Night Flies. Your recipe for the weekend. We're here at Spud Valley Sporting Goods, 1380 Birch Street, and also brought to you by Pemberton Fish Finder. Right there, we talk trout. Book your tour today. Boom. We won't waste too much time because you guys have been watching a lot of episodes tonight, so we'll go straight down and show you the Rick-Diculous.
Tell us, why is it called the Rick-Diculous?
It is called the Rick-Diculous because we had a wonderful customer of ours come and see us at the Rod and Gun Show.
Huge fan?
Huge
by
fan.
The way.
Yeah, huge fan. Down in, where was it? Cloverdale.
Florida.
Yeah. And he came to me and he was like, I need this fly and I don't know what it's called. And he described it and I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'll make you up something that looks like it. So we came up with the Rick-Diculous. That's it right there. Beautiful thing.
I can't wait to try it.
It's such a wicked lake pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a kind of a catch for all.
Everything
kind of wet nymph eyeballs, dragonfly nymph.
It's ugly.
It's ugly, buggy, and I like it. So
it's so
this one's for you, Rick.
That's right.
This one's for you.
That thing's so ugly. When it fell out of the ugly tree, it had every branch on the way out.
So there we go. The Rick-Diculous for our fan.
Oh yeah, we got Q&As open.
Thank you. Question and answers. Please chime in and try and get us. So we had, what was it, Paul before?
Yeah, Paul.
So
that was Philip.
Philip, sorry, Philip. Philip was asking about the sculpin patterns. Our producer wants to get himself out fishing, so we're gonna stop the show after this tie. But we're gonna go to the bench this week, and we're gonna work on some sculpin patterns for you that don't involve the expensive fish skulls. So tune in next week and see what we come up with here. So what I've got here is the thread on the hook wrapped all the way around the hook bend there. Next I'm going to fasten my bead chain eyes, and we're going to put that just a smidge back from the eye of the hook so that we still have somewhere to tie off afterwards. You don't want to overcrowd that hook. So we got the eyes on. We're going to work back. You can do this two variations. This one I'm going to do unweighted. The original one here I weighted, and the way that you can weight it is either with lead wraps, or I like using this tape. And what I've done is I take an X-Acto blade and a knife, and I just cut myself strips, and they're adhesive on the other side, so you can wrap that on your hook.
Golf club tape, eh?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's why it's so readily available. This is golf club tape.
No kidding, I didn't know that.
I love the golfers then. So first we're going to build up this tail, and I got my mallard here in the wood duck color. I'm just going to get rid of some of this fluff in the back because I just want long fibers, and I'm going to grab a good bunch. There we go for a tail, and we're going to make this tail about the length of the hook there of the shank. So it's a bit of a longer tail. That's alright, we like it. And I'm just gonna wrap all that up the hook shank, and I'm gonna carefully wrap right back to where we stopped wrapping our thread. I want this fly to have a nice curve to it. So there's my tail. Next I got myself one strand of gold flash. I'm going to cut it in half because it's quite long. And now all that I'm going to do is take these two pieces, fold it underneath my thread, which traps it there. Do a couple of wraps to secure it, fold it over, a couple more wraps, and then I'm going to trim this off the length of the wood duck feather, and the rest is garbage. So we're getting there.
That's a lot. You just like.
I know, it's not like me. It's just one strand though. What can I do? If I'm at home, I actually have a couple of Tupperware containers I put in flash and ribbing and yeah.
I just couldn't see you throwing that out.
I'm a little OCD. It's all good. Next we got some natural pheasant here. I'm going to take off a good clump of that, which is going to form our back. And I'm going to tie it in by its tips. And make sure this gets put right on the top of the hook. There we go. So it's in there, and then I'm just going to quickly wrap those tips in. And once again, work my thread back. So now that we got here, we'll get rid of the tag end, which I didn't get rid of before. Not a problem. It's gone. Next, we're going to build up the body here. So I'm going to start with the laser dubbing, because it has a little bit more dubbing material, a little less flash to it. And this is going to build up the body. So we want to build a tapered body going quite thick towards the eye. Now don't try and do it all at once by heavily putting this dubbing on. It will only handle so much. But I do have quite the generous amount on here. Let's watch out for that camera.
Ooh, you got cameras you want to tie at home?
So as I go, I'm just going over the same spot a couple of times. I'm going to build up this width. And then I'm going to build it up a little bit more here. So now that I got the majority of it on, I'm going to lighten up my load on my thread a little bit. I'm going to wrap back over.
Just to tighten it up, yeah.
Tighten it up and get that shape that I want. There we go. So I'll turn it so you can see. Alright, that was that. Next, legs. Go back to that feather that we used for the tail. I'm going to take off a little pinch of legs for one side, and I'm going to be tying each one on one side and one on the other. I want these legs just to be about the length of the body, right to where the tail is. And I'm going to put them on an angle so that the legs hang down. So tie those ones in, get rid of your excess, get rid of the fluff, and we're going to do the same on the other side here. Couple legs, pinch it off. Measure it up, tie it in on an angle again. Couple of turns. Bingo bango. You got legs.
Bingo bango.
Bingo bango. Next, what we're going to do is build up the thorax. So I've gone to the ice dubbing now. So this is the Friday night flash.
The twist.
The attractor, if you will.
The hot spot. Keep it going, Scotty.
The go-to. Oh, I love ice dubbing too. It's another one of my favorites.
Oh, I like laser dubbing. I like it all, man.
So we're going to build this up right behind the eyes at first, so that it is just a little bit thicker than.
Looks like you got one of the wings or the legs on the far side. I see it in the camera.
Yeah, I see it sticking straight up.
Yeah.
What side shall we put you on? We'll just pull it right back down there. All right. And then I'm going to do just a couple of figure eights around these eyes. Lighten up that thread so you don't completely bury them. Just check the bottom. Yep, we're good there.
Good. Oh, you want over to beach in it.
Thank you. There
It's
we go.
handy having the guy with the camera.
With the camera.
Yeah.
So next all that we're going to do is take this pheasant. We're going to go all the way up front. We're going to do one wrap right by the eyes here. Nice and tight. And then I'm just going to come behind those beads. And I'm going to do 2 wraps, pull it down, and you'll see it'll form that segmentation. I'm going to pull all that stuff right back to where I just tied in. Couple more. Good pull down. And I'm going to whip finish it back there. I'm going to take this, get that whip finish. So on this fly, I don't want to build up that thread too much. This is where I would implement some head cement. I didn't bring it with me, but put a little drop right in there, secure that. And now I'm going to trim this off a little longer so it creates a bit of a wing casing. Dunk. And then with my nail, so that's what you got, right? So then with your nail, just spread that wing casing out a little bit.
You know what? I like that one
So
better
there
than
we
the one
go.
you had in the vise earlier, man. That one looks better.
You don't like the split back?
I don't like the split back. Well,
Okay.
that's my own personal choice, but I
So-
like that.
Yeah, I like that better too.
I do
myself.
too.
So we'll just leave it like that. If you like the split back on it, then just take your dubbing tool and just move those fibers apart a little bit. The last thing that I do, you can leave it like this, but the last thing I do is just take my Velcro, and this is a nice habit that I've been doing is I just put it right down on those legs and roll it around in a circle. So what it's doing is just making those legs a little less perfect, straight
Plugging
out.
it out. That's
Yeah.
right.
Just giving those wood duck.
But don't break your glitter thread, whatever you do.
Yeah, if you got glitter thread on there, don't break it.
Oh, that thing's buggy, man.
I ended up trapping one of the wing casing threads, so I'll just pull it right back out there.
I can't believe we've only got 1 million viewers tonight.
So that is
Fly like that deserves 1.5 million.
For sure.
the Rick-Diculous.
That's a beautiful time, man.
Tied for
So
our.
you know what? Like
our
it's like that right
fans.
now. Why don't you just split the back right now? You've seen what it looks like. Show them what it looks like with the hard back, and then just maybe do a quick split.
And then
just to show 'em.
prove that Brad and I are right.
Well, either
So-
way. I mean, hey, so
I'm just
people
going to
might.
shorten that up just slightly.
Let's,
There we go.
Okay.
This is
All right,
where your
so-
comments come into play.
Yeah. So
Which
you
way do you
can,
like
you
it
can
better?
you can vote. That's the regular back, or I'm just going to go in there with my needle.
And why did you split it? What was your thinking?
My thinking was this doesn't fit in any category of fly, and I'm thinking of just doing things that'll make it look different. So I'm thinking maybe with the longer wing case on it and a bit of a split in the back, that it's going to look like a nymph that is ready to
Really open up.
start swimming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when the nymphs are ready to swim to the surface, that's when they're ready to break out and turn into the adults. So I'm thinking this just might signify, and you'd be able to strip this one coming up to the surface, and it might just kind of replicate something that's on
What's
its
that,
way
man?
to becoming an adult. So
Just a little different. You, did I-
Nice.
you know what? With that split, like I was thinking, you're gonna like throw that thing like a huge,
not
like
just
you
a
open
little
up a
crack,
banana, but that is beautiful.
not just a little crack
Either
in
way.
it.
And it shows a little color.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if that thing decides to roll over or something,
It
it's
still
gonna
has
see.
that color. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, let's go up top. We'll sign her out. I'm going fishing. It's
Yeah.
Friday night. It's a ritual. That's what I do. And you
So-
know what? I'm going to throw the invite out to you guys too. If you guys want to join me tonight, I'm taking my brother. And if one of the Scotties or both the Scotties want to join me, we're going to the lake.
Right on.
Hopefully we got
So-
some good pictures for next week.
There you go. So I'm Boulder saying love the tug. Thanks for watching Friday Night Flies. Join us again next week. Thanks.